Okay, so lately I've been reading about Alma and his people. And so they were baptized, and then after a while, they build this city, Helam, and they're doing pretty good. And one day some people are out working in the field, and they notice this army of the Lamanites like kind of converging on the edge of town. And so they run into town, they tell Alma, help, help, what do we do? And it said that Alma told them to not be scared and to trust the Lord. And I know what happens in Mosiah 24, and they are put into bondage, and we're in Mosiah 22 here. And so I'm like, oh goodness, what are they going to do? How does this work out? And so I thought, well, maybe the pattern of what goes through can also be the pattern for us, right? So the scary thing happens, the trial comes, they run to their leader, right? They turn to the leaders and ask the questions. And then when the leader says, it's okay, God will deliver us, just trust him, they hush their fear. They stop complaining and they believe him and they follow his counsel, which is to start praying. And they pray specifically that the Lamanites' hearts will be softened. And then it says that the Lord did soften the hearts of the Lamanites. And so they gave up their city to them. And I was like, wait, what? Like, it doesn't seem like we won. Like, we're still giving our city to the Lamanites, and now they're like making us do all the work and they're taskmasters over us. How is that winning? And the thing that you have to remember is the Lamanites were coming to slaughter them. And so when it says that the Lord softened the heart of the Lamanites, he did. They didn't get slaughtered. And I wonder in our lives if we ask for this big miracle and the Lord does what we want, but it doesn't look like what we want, right? And so then they're continuing to trust the Lord, trusting the Lord. And I wonder if there were people that were murmuring like, oh, this isn't how it's supposed to go. I don't know, because it keeps saying what they did, and it's always good. And it says that that pretty soon they're under bondage to the Lamanites, and it's bad. And then, and in 24, because Mosiah 24 is probably one of the best scriptures around, because it's what the Lord does for us while we are in our trials. So they continue to pray, and finally the Lamanites are like, if you keep praying out loud, we're going to kill you. And so they're praying in their hearts, and the Lord hears them, and the Lord tells them this. It came to pass that the voice of the Lord came to them in their afflictions, saying, lift up your heads and be of good comfort, for I know of the covenant which ye have made unto me. Like we had this promise at the waters of Mormon, right? You were baptized. I covenanted that my spirit would be with you. You covenanted to keep the commandments. And he says, we've got this little bond here. And so I'm going to live up to my part. I'm going to let my spirit be with you. And they lived up to their part, and they kept trusting God, right? And this is what he did. He said, and I will also ease the burdens which are put upon your shoulders, that even you cannot feel them upon your backs while you are in bondage. And this will I do, that ye may stand as witnesses to me hereafter, and that ye may know of a surety that I, the Lord God, do visit my people in their afflictions. And so what happens? They're in bondage. Things are still terrible. But then it says, and it came to pass that the burdens that were laid upon Alma and his brethren were made light. Yea, the Lord did strengthen them, that they could bear up their burdens with ease. And they did submit cheerfully and with patience to all the will of the Lord. How is this possible? They're still in bondage, and they're cheerful and patient because the Lord eased their burdens. And I can say with all the faith in the world that I have seen this in my life. I have seen in one of the hardest, biggest trials of my life when I said, okay, I trust you, that the burden didn't go away, but all of the heavy and hard and worry and all of it left, and I was happy and I was cheerful, and I was like, this is going to be okay, while it still didn't look like it was okay. And I still don't know that I've had the resolution to that, but the Lord has said it's going to be okay, because I take care of my covenant people. I take care of the people that turn to me and trust me I will ease your burdens. I will give you peace. And it doesn't mean that all the heartache's going to go away, but it does mean that all of his peace is available to us all the time. And it's such an important thing to remember because he always promises us his peace. It's so great.